This is a BBC Sport article from December 7th last year, where the WBC publicly announced that they had agreed to sanction a direct rematch between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. And essentially what that meant is they were given a direct rematch their blessing. So Deontay Wilder would not have to face his mandatory challenger next if he didn't want to. He had their blessing to fight a direct rematch with Tyson Fury. That's what sanctioning a fight means. It's very different than ordering a fight. However, Frank Warren, perhaps with knowledge that the public didn't have, was claiming that the WBC had ordered it. That they hadn't, at least not officially, at least not publicly ordered it. Perhaps they'd ordered it or told Frank Warren they were going to order it behind the scenes. But publicly they just said, we're sanctioning this fight, we're going to give it our blessing. But fast forward to today, also a BBC Sport article. Now the WBC have actually ordered the fight. So it's no longer just them giving it their blessing. They've now officially ordered it. Deontay Wilder now must fight Tyson Fury next. Now, there is some very interesting information that has emerged from this. The WBC have told both promoters that they have to agree to the rematch by February 5th. If they don't agree by then, it will go to a purse bid, and the split will be 60-40 in Deontay Wilder's favour. It says here, considering the market value of Fury. This is an increase from the 30% that is typically due to a challenger in a title fight. And where it gets even more interesting is here. It says Frank Warren and Shelley Finkel will now negotiate, but if they do not agree an acceptable fee for both fighters by the deadline, the fight is open to sealed bids from other promoters, with the highest bid winning. And again, if that happens, Fury would then be entitled to 40% of the purse. So this is going to be very, very interesting to see how it plays out, because I can't imagine either side will want this to go to purse bids, because they don't want Eddie Hearn or whoever else coming in and outbidding the pair of them. They don't want that. They want to put this fight on their platform under their terms. So there is an incentive on both sides to come to an agreement. But what is also interesting to see how it pans out is the purse split. Because here we have Mr. Tyson Fury and his promoter Frank Warren running around talking about they want 50-50 for a fight against Anthony Joshua. All the while, Tyson Fury took far less than 50-50 for the first fight against Deontay Wilder, and potentially he's going to take less than 50-50 for the rematch against Deontay Wilder. So how can they justify demanding 50-50 from AJ when AJ's got 3 belts and Wilder's only got 1, when AJ earns several times more per fight than Wilder, but yet Fury accepts less than 50-50 from him, but he wants 50-50 from AJ. It doesn't make sense unless it's some kind of negotiation tactic where I go high, you go low, we meet somewhere in the middle. Then it's indicative of Tyson Fury not really wanting to fight Anthony Joshua right now. That's what it's indicative of. If they're actually serious about this 50-50 business, because they're willing to accept less than 50-50 from Wilder, it would seem. They certainly did last time, and they potentially could this time, when the man doesn't make as much money as AJ, doesn't have as many belts as AJ, doesn't have as good a resume as AJ, but he'll take less than 50-50 from him. Make sense of that if you will. So we'll see whether Tyson Fury is really serious about the AJ fight or not in the upcoming weeks and months. Because what happens here between Wilder and Fury in terms of the purse split they agree upon will tell us a hell of a lot. And also there's the offer that Eddie Hearn has made to Tyson Fury. We don't know what that offer is yet. We don't know the terms. If Eddie Hearn is to be believed, he's going to come out and reveal the terms of this offer, or reveal the figures that he's offered Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and I believe Dillian Whyte too, potentially. But he might decide to, withhold doing that, or withhold that information if negotiations between him and Fury are ongoing. Let's say Fury just flat out rejects the first bid and says, get the hell out of here. I'm not interested in negotiating with you unless it's 50-50, which is what Frank Warren has said the other day, by the way. Oh, it's silly. Come back to us when it's 50-50. To me, that shows that Frank Warren don't want to fight. Unless he's willing to budge from 50-50, Frank Warren does not want Tyson Fury fighting AJ, because he knows that 50-50 at this point is ridiculous. Tyson Fury is earning what? A third or a quarter of what AJ earns per fight? How can you possibly justify 50-50 when you're earning like a third or a quarter of what AJ's earning? It's completely ridiculous. Warren knows it's ridiculous. Fury knows it's ridiculous. Ben Davison knows it's ridiculous. So why are they demanding it? For what? Oh, Fury's the lineal. That lineal stuff is a marketing gimmick. That's what it is at this point. What does it actually mean in financial terms? If Fury can go away, get some wins, and build up his market value, and show that he can do AJ-type box office numbers, and command AJ-type purses against similar level opponents that AJ's been fighting, then he can go back to the negotiating table and say, yes, give me 50-50. I'm worth 50-50 now. And I'll back him 100%. But as of right now, this 50-50 business is nonsense. So, and this whole potential 60-40 split would expose how nonsensical the 50-50 demand is. The 60-40 split for Wilder Fury. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. A lot of interesting information. Is Eddie Hearn going to come in and try and make a bid for this fight? Maybe Bob Arum will come in and try and make a bid for this fight. Maybe Ryabinski, the promoter of Alexander Povetkin. He's got all types of cash to burn. Maybe he's interested in something like this. Who knows? There are a lot of people out there with a lot of money who may not have previously been involved in boxing, who might want to get a piece of the action for a heavyweight fight like this. I would imagine that if it did go to purse bids, DAZN, with Eddie Hearn as their face, or maybe even Golden Boy as their face, would make a play for this fight. But like I said, that's why I think both sides, the Fury side and the Wilder side, will be interested in coming to an agreement by February 5th and avoiding a purse bid. Because I'm sure neither one of them wants to get, Eddie Hearn coming in and taking over the promotion. That would be a disaster for both of them, right? So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. It's happening, I'm out. Join me on Patreon. I upload a minimum of 2 podcasts every single week, covering a wide variety of controversial topics, as well as live stream Q&A sessions. Take a look on screen right now at some of the podcasts I've produced so far. For just $3 a month, the equivalent of about £2 a month, you get access to all my new podcasts and my entire back catalogue of past podcasts, including my popular Confessions of a Nightclub Bouncer series. You can listen on your computer or on your smartphone or tablet by downloading the Patreon app from the Google Play Store or the App Store for free. The Patreon app also allows you to download each podcast in MP3. For less than the price of a cup of coffee, you get access to dozens of hours of exclusive content. It's easy to sign up, there's no contract, and you can cancel at any time. So come and join our community of free and critical thinkers by signing up with me here on Patreon today.